Is your house haunted? Do the lights flicker on and off? Do you hear strange noises or footsteps when no one's home? Do you need an electrician? Do you need a plumber? Or do you need a ghost hunter? Let's find out. I put the words "is my house" into Google, and before I could finish typing, haunted was the first word that popped up. So apparently a lot of us are Googling, "is my house haunted?" For the Victorians, having your house haunted wasn't actually that big of a deal. They would call in mediums to have seances because they wanted to have the ghosts in their house. And the way that they knew that the ghosts were actually present was through table tapping. You would hear knocks on the table, or objects levitating. Modern day house hauntings generally involve having things like the lights flicker on and off. That's actually happened in our house. We had the lights flicker on and off constantly for several months, and we started talking to it. We just sort of assumed it was a ghost, and we'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And then we had an electrician come in, and actually it was a short circuit, so you really have to be careful. Sometimes a light flickering is just a light flickering. Other indications that your house might be haunted include strange sounds, like footsteps above you when you know no one's home, which happens in our house a lot actually. Doors slamming, again when no one's home. Strange smells, like somebody's cologne or a food cooking that isn't actually cooking. Cold spots, of course. Cold spots are absolutely traditional. So if you're in a house and suddenly you're freezing, check the windows, maybe your window's open, but if your window is not open and it's not drafty, that cold spot could be an indication that a spirit is passing through. For some reason, ghosts are always cold. Some people report having the hairs on the back of their neck stand up for no reason, or having a dark, heavy feeling, or again, like someone's watching you. Keep an eye on your pets. If your dog or your cat or, your goldfish are staring at something that isn't there, that can also be an indication that there's a ghost in the room. It could also just be that your dog is bored, but whatever. We're gonna go with ghosts for this one. Things moving of their own accord, which is not cool. Waking up to a shadow bending over your bed, which is super not cool. Not cool. I've had this happen. It's incredibly rude. You wake up and there's like a dark shadow over your bed. I don't know, man. I got a house. I got like a farm back there. You got lots of place to roam about. Stay out of my bedroom. That's just rude. And yes, I saged the crap out of that guy. There's also the disappearing object phenomenon, and that is when you put your keys down and you can no longer find your keys, and you look everywhere, and you know you put them on that table, and you look on that table several times, and you look all over the house, and then you go back to that table, and magically your keys are there. This is apparently an indication that ghosts are stealing your stuff. 200 years ago, this would have been blamed on the fae or the good neighbors, and you would leave out a dish of honey or cream or whiskey and ask for your items to be returned. I'm not sure if the ghosts will return items for whiskey or honey, but it's worth a try. So some of these things can mean that there is a ghost or a spirit or presence in your house, but they can also be explained by very simple things like carbon monoxide poisoning, or mold, or an allergic reaction, a hallucination, or a waking dream. It's always best to check out the really simple physical things first. Maybe you're hungry, maybe you're really tired, maybe there's a weird gas leak in your house. This is actually an explanation for some of the spirit sightings in the Victorian age because gas lamps were new. I thought that maybe the gas fumes were part of the reason why they were hallucinating and seeing ghosts. Neil deGrasse Tyson, or is it Neil deGrasse Tyson? Degrassi? Am I so Canadian it has to be Degrassi? I don't actually know. Okay, so Neil, you all know who Neil is. Neil explains some hauntings through the theory that it's a frequency that we cannot hear or see, but we can feel it. Kind of like a dog whistle. We can't hear the dog whistle, it's at a frequency that our ears just don't recognize, but the dogs clearly hear it. So maybe some of these effects, like the hair staying on the back of your neck, they're actually part of a frequency that you're not aware that you're experiencing. Ball lightning has also been one of the suggestions as to why objects move without anybody touching them. I'm guessing you would know if it was ball lightning in your house though, moving your stuff. That's pretty specific and not exactly subtle. And it's also worth noting that any weird noises can usually be attributed to things like furnaces, plumbing, squirrels on the roof, or mice in the walls. There's lots of reasons why those weird noises are happening, so you have to check out all the really basic, boring stuff first. Go check that first. I'll wait here. Okay, all checked. Here we go. Time for ghosts.